Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the class. So good to see you. We are a minute or two early. We're just a little bit early, but I wanted to give everybody a chance to get on and get ready for the class. I need to make some little things here to get us ready. I'm so glad you're here. If this is my first time to meet you, what an honor. I'm Dr. Edie Wadsworth. I am so grateful to be teaching this class. This is the 5 most harmful toxins that we're exposed to every day and how we can easily switch those out for things that are healthier for us. This is going to be a fast-paced class where we are learning a lot and hopefully learning together and figuring out some better ways to take care of our families and all of that. So probably somebody that is in my group invited you, or maybe I invited you. And I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to do this. We will make this so worth your time. I do have 14 pages of notes, but I will make it fast. This will take right at an hour. I like to say that the kind of teaching I do is kind of like edutainment. It's education and slightly entertaining, I hope. And I hope you learn a lot from this. I've taught this class a bunch of times, but I don't ever like take for granted that I don't ever come to something like this and go, oh, I've taught this a bunch of times. I really feel charged about this. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of reasons why, but I watched a video yesterday that had me in tears most of the afternoon, and it just fired me up to make sure that we all know the things that we should know that are in our environment that are causing us problems. So say a little prayer for me. I might cry, I might laugh, I'll probably do all of it, but I'm really excited. It's 12 o'clock, so we're gonna get started. Again, welcome. I'm so grateful you're here. We are recording. We are gonna send out a replay on this, but here's what I want you to do while you're here, you guys. I want you to really be here, okay? I want you to really be present. I want you to really take it all in. This is not stuff that you're gonna hear just in general going about your day. This is not stuff that I ever heard before I dug into the research. So I want you to really be here. We do have an extra special kind of offering that we're going to make you at the end. If you decide you want to take us up on joining us in making some of these fun changes, stay to the end because this offer expires today. So if you do decide that, yeah, this stuff is amazing and it makes sense and I want to try it, I want to make some of these changes, make sure that you stay to the end. Okay, we're going to start out with the 5 things that are most toxic to you. I originally said in your home, but I changed that to your life. We've made home kind of, actually, I think all of these things you can find in your home, but I went a little bit broader with the categories, and I hope that you'll understand why at the end. So the first category of things that are most poisonous to us that we all do every day, that we use every day, that we put in our bodies every day. Anybody want to guess? Food. I read a book a few years ago, and the first time I ever did Whole30, and they talked about in that book Frankenfood. I had never heard that term before, and then I realized, like, oh my gosh, basically all the food that you can buy at the store, unless you're really careful, is Frankenfood. It's not really food. It's food that's made in a lab that your body doesn't really know how to process. So what happens when your body doesn't know how to process the food is it tries to find places to store it, these little toxic molecules that it can't break down. So it stores it in your fat and it stores it in your liver, and it takes its toll on your body. And if you don't think that this is true, I want you to do a little research on this. There are a few things that I want to tell you that are in your food that you might not know. The first huge category is hormones. So our food is full of hormones, and it's not just, if you're getting, beef from the grocery store. It's in so many things that you don't even realize. Hormones are quite poisonous to our system. And the reason why, I want you to write down this word and look it up. Those of you who've taken my class before, spell it out in the chat box so people can look it up. The hormones that you find in your food are often called xenoestrogens. So they look like estrogen, but they're like a very toxic form of estrogen. And those molecules can build up in your system and cause all kinds of problems. They cause women in general to be estrogen dominant. And what they cause in men over time is for their testosterone level to lower. So if you look at men 50 years ago versus men now, their testosterone levels are about 50% lower than they were. So in essence, we're estrogenizing ourselves and our families, and we don't even know it. And what happens when you estrogenize something? Well, let me tell you, estrogen is a growth hormone. Estrogen causes things to grow. So think of things that grow that you don't want growing. You don't want extra things growing in your breasts or in your uterus or in your ovaries or really anywhere in your body. And so these fake estrogens have a really detrimental effect on our health, and they're literally everywhere in our environment. They're not just in our food. We'll talk about that in a minute, but they for sure are in our food. The second category of hormones or of toxins in our food are glyphosates. So glyphosate is Roundup, and because many of the things that we eat are made from seeds that have been hybridized, the way those seeds are hybridized is they attach glyphosate to it in some kind of strange way that when they go spray the fields of soybeans or corn or wheat or whatever, it was on mine too. Somebody said glyphosate showed on my scan. It did mine too. And I'm really careful, Sandra. So those glyphosates, which is basically Roundup. Now, have you ever watched somebody in your family spray Roundup on your garden? You would never put that in your body. It's a poison, and yet it's in all of our bodies. So about 90% of all people in the US show glyphosate in their urine. We have it in our bodies because it's so predominant in processed food and even in vegetables and even in organic vegetables if you're not washing them, because the problem is the rainfall contains so much glyphosate that even if you have an organic farm, often the rainfall that's falling on your organic food also has glyphosate. So we have to be really careful. Why is that bad? Because it's a poison, and it's poisonous to your gut. It basically acts like an antibiotic and kills off a bunch of your good bacteria in your gut. And then you end up with stomach problems, and you end up basically being poisoned. And you say, that sounds kind of dramatic, Dr. Edie. Yeah, except think about how most people that feel. They don't have energy. They're gaining weight. I mean, that's the other thing. Look at all the inflammation in the food we eat. If you just look at inflammatory foods, look that up. And it's probably 90% of the stuff that you're eating. And the reason we have so many diseases, heart disease and high cholesterol and all of those are all diseases of inflammation. And a lot of our food is full of inflammatory molecules. So we wonder, why don't we feel good? Well, we're fueling our bodies with things that it can't metabolize. If you look on the back of a package and 20 things on there, you don't know what they are, guess what? Your body doesn't know what they are either. Your body's like, what is she eating right now? Because I don't know what this is and I can't metabolize it. So, the thing of it is, like, if you're eating, I always would teach my patients when I was practicing medicine, I would teach my patients to shop the perimeter of the store, because when you're in the produce section of the store, you don't have to read labels. So this is cool, right? You don't have to read labels. Because why? Because God made apples, and apples are made of apples. And so you don't have to, people would say, oh, I can't do this. I can't eat like you're saying because I'm just spend all day reading labels. Well, then you're shopping in the wrong place, because if you're shopping in the produce section and in the meat section and in maybe some of the dairy section, there's not a lot of molecules in there. So I want you to start to pay attention really what you're eating and how you're shopping. Are you eating food that God intended for you to eat, that your body can process? We've been doing a 5-day weight loss challenge on my public Life in Grace page, and it's been so fun. Almost everybody has messaged me saying, oh my gosh, I've lost 3 pounds already. The only parameters for this are no sugar, no flour. You know what that means? Basically nothing from the middle of the grocery store, right? All those boxes of things and those bags of things. And once you let that go and you're not feeding yourself with that, the reason your body holds on to a lot of extra water and a lot of extra weight is it's trying to protect you from the toxic things you're eating. And once you let that go, your body can then let it go. And most people, when they give up sugar and flour, give up processed food, even if just for a short time, their body will let go of a lot of water. You'll notice 3-4 pounds of weight loss just in a few days. So I say all that to say what we eat is everything. It is where all disease begins or ends, with what you put in your body. It's so important. And the thing of it is, some people will say, well, it's not that easy to do. It's not that easy to do, but I like the saying, pay your farmer now or your doctor later. So this is a great time of year to have lots of fresh produce, to go to the farmer's market, maybe to grow a few things yourself, to eat food that you were intended to eat. Food is killing us. There are so many documentaries that illustrate this. But if you just look at the incidence of disease, so think about when it was that all of these chemicals got introduced into our food, right? So think about, like, how long have we been eating such bad food, so much processed food? How long have we been doing that? 40, 50 years? And I want you to look at the incidence of inflammatory diseases and cancer and heart disease and the incidence of all of these inflammatory diseases that we now have. That has come on in the last 40 or 50 years because our food supply is full of junk. It's frankenfood. It's not food. And it literally is killing us. So cleaning up your food and at least being aware of what's in your food is so empowering. It's not that hard to do. Here's what I do. Everybody needs a villain, right? And so I kind of make it my villain. I like to think about a guy in a lab making Oreos, and he's probably sitting there going, you know what? There's this 50-year-old, like, middle-aged woman, and we're going to make some food that she can't resist, and we're going to make some food that makes her fat and makes her sick and makes her have inflammatory issues and makes her joints swell and makes her hate herself. Okay, let's make some of that. And I imagine that they're, like, trying out different varieties of Oreos. Like, why, first of all, why are there so many varieties of Oreos? And I don't have anything personally against Oreos. Obviously, the guys in the lab making them know me well, and they know that I love concentrated sugar and concentrated fat. But what I'm saying is, if I think about it that way, I get kind of, like, a little bit passionate. And I go, you're not going to get me, guy in a lab coat, trying to make Oreos that I can't resist, because I'm on to you. And I realize that that's not really food, and that it's super, super concentrated sugar and fat, and that there's nothing in actual nature that tastes like that. Of course it's good. People who use drugs think drugs are good too, right? I mean, it has this temporary, like, you get this hit of dopamine, you like it, obviously, but you can't make a life on bad food. And so I want you to be really careful. I want you to think about it, do some research on it, and decide, like, oh my gosh, it's so worthwhile to make changes in this area. Second category. I'm about to step on some toes right now, but it's okay because I'm a medical doctor. I can step on these toes with this, but I mean this with all my heart. Second category, prescription medications and maybe over-the-counter medications. Let me tell you something. My health crashed about 5.5 years ago, and it crashed mainly from food, honestly. I was living on sugar and Diet Coke, and the artificial sweeteners were poisoning my joints, And all the sugar was poisoning my system. Sugar is literal poison for your system. And when I went to the doctor to get this all checked out, he diagnosed me with like 15 things. And guess what else he gave me? A pile of prescriptions. That is when I had my aha moment. I'm like, you know what? I've practiced medicine and I know what people feel like who take 7, 8, 10, 12 medications a day and they don't feel good. And after a while, they don't look too good either. They certainly are not the pillar of health. And so I started doing some research and I'm like, ain't taking that, ain't taking that, ain't taking that. And this last 6 years has been a huge eye-opening education for me in the way of prescription drugs. Hear me clearly. I am not saying we never need them. I am not saying that I'm not thankful for modern medicine, because I am. And when we need it, and I'm thankful for it. But here's what I'm saying. I want you to pay attention the next time you drive down a street in your town. And I want you to ask yourself, how many of those businesses have something to do with healthcare? Because if you drive down the street in my town, it's every other one. There's pharmacy. Oh, there's another pharmacy. Oh, there's a doctor's office. There's another office. Oh, there's medical equipment. Oh, 12 more pharmacies. Why? Why are we so sick? The other question I ask myself is, why is it that you can go to Costco and buy a thing of anti-inflammatories that is literally this big? Why are we so inflamed? Why? Well, let me refer you back to number one, first of all, because most of what we're eating and drinking is killing us. And the same people who make the Frankenfood, guess what else they make? When they crash your health with the Frankenfood, they got lots of things to give you to help you with that. And so I'm telling you, you guys, as soon as my eyes open to this, it's like epiphany after epiphany after epiphany after epiphany. We are killing ourselves. We are doing it to ourselves, and we're accepting the solutions that we are given because they come to us from somebody in a white coat. But let me tell you something. You know who funds all the medical education here? Mostly big pharma. And what I learned in medical school, 90% of it, what medications I should prescribe to you when your health crashes from the Frankenfood that you're eating. I wasn't educated on how to teach people how to eat. I wasn't educated on the dangers of putting pharmaceutical drugs in your body, because guess what? All that food that your body doesn't recognize, you know what else your body doesn't recognize? All the chemicals from the pharmaceuticals. Your body goes, I don't know what this is. And it binds to receptors indiscriminately, causes all kinds of side effects. Have you ever watched a commercial for a drug? Have you ever watched one? This is not good, and this is not how you make a healthy life. I have never been more convinced that we need to know how to actually be healthy, not how to put Band-Aids on things, not how to take something that's going to take away 12 side effects of the first 12 things you took. We've never been at a point in our history where we needed this more, where we need true health and true healing, where we need molecules in our bodies that our bodies actually recognize and can do something with. So again, I'm not saying we never need it, but I'm saying we need to be careful. I watched a documentary yesterday that had me in tears most of the day. I just kept thinking about it over and over, about one man's journey with psychotropic drugs. I've been preaching against antidepressants for 6 years, and I will keep preaching about it. I love helping women get off antidepressants, because you know what happens when women get off antidepressants? First of all, we weren't born with a deficiency of serotonin. Half the reason we feel down and depressed is because we're eating really bad food and not getting any exercise and not getting any sleep. And so the bad food is messing with our hormones, and it's messing with our gut health, where we should be making most of our serotonin. And once we start cleaning up our lifestyle, so many things get better anyways. And Then you put a whole generation of women on antidepressants, and here's what happens. You know what happens when people take antidepressants for a long time? I'll tell you, because I've done it. And I've had to recover from it. And they're not easy to get off of. And you know why? Because they're not benign. And what they do is take away your fire. They take away the best part of who you are. They make you apathetic. You gain 30 pounds on an antidepressant, but you don't care because it makes you not care. So then we have a whole generation of people who basically don't care. Well, guess what? Guess what makes us human? The ability to care. And it makes me so infuriated that we live in a country where women get antidepressants just pushed on them as if we don't have the ability to fight for ourselves and to fight for our family and to get off all the crap that's making us sick. It makes me crazy because I think about what it's like to know a woman. There are probably some guys on here. I love you too, but my passion is for women. I want you to think of what it's like to know a woman who is on fire for life, who is passionate about her family, who is passionate about her life, who is passionate to serve other people. Well, you know what happened to me when I took Zoloft? I lost all that. I lost my creativity. I lost my sex drive. I lost my ability to curb my appetite. I didn't want to exercise anymore. I gained 30 pounds. That's what's happening to your sisters and your mama. And we're letting this happen. And I say not on our watch. It doesn't mean that we never need help. But I am telling you, I have heard enough stories of people getting off of it to believe that at least 90% of the people don't ever need to be on them in the first place. And if they are on them, they need to get off them fast as soon as they start, feeling the least bit better, because taking them for a long period of time, let me tell you what happens. I've helped hundreds of women get off antidepressants. And you know what happens? All of those feelings that you were just like, oh, I'm fine. I heard people say this to me all the time. I haven't cried in 10 years because I've been taking this. All those feelings come back. You didn't get rid of them. They're still in there. And if they don't come out, they're going to cause pain and disease and problems for you. We need it all to come out. We have been fed a lie that life should be happy all the time. We even call these drugs happy pills. They're not happy pills. They're nothing pills. They make you feel nothing, right? And I want the totality of my life. I want the sorrow. I want the heartache. I want the grief even, because that is what makes me who I am. That's what gives me the passion in my life to keep serving people and teaching people. I want all of it, not just the pretty parts. And we have been fed this lie that for some reason, no, just take this and then you won't feel anything. I say reject that. That is a lie. And I really, really, really believe that if a generation of us could wake up and could decide that we're not going to pawn our healthcare off on somebody else, on drug companies that are out to make profit, on a system that is all designed to keep us literally sick. You can't even call what we have healthcare. It's sick care. And I say that from being in it for 20 years and from seeing it from the most inside point. We need to take back our health. We need to own that we feel bad because of mostly because of what we're doing, because of how we're eating and how we're not prioritizing sleep and how our relationships are not a priority, all of that. So I want you to do some research. I want you to do some research. If you're currently taking something like this, first of all, don't stop it. Go talk to your doctor and say, you know what? I've been on this a while. I think I want to try to get off. They'll tell you how to wean off of it. And then you do all of these natural things, prioritize food, prioritize exercise, prioritize sleep, find some things we're going to tell you in a minute that will help. You can do this. Your health is your responsibility, and nobody else can do it for you. And nobody else can even show you what's on the other side of that. When I finally came off this stuff, you guys, I cannot even tell you how, first of all, how much grief I had for the time that I felt like I had lost. But second of all, how much fire I had in my bones. Like, you are not going to take me down, drug companies. You are not going to take me down, food companies trying to make food that is going to kill me. Like, I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to fight for my health. I'm going to fight for my body. I know it's going to be hard. I'm willing to do hard. I'm willing for it to be hard in order to feel better and get better. And you can do the same thing. We are trusting in a system where 300,000 people die per year in our modern medical system. Now, we've got something going on right now that's killing some people too, and we should be careful and we should learn about it. I'm not discounting that. But every year, 300,000 people die in our medical system from our drugs, from hospital error, from doctor error, just from the system that we have created. So if there's any kind of emergency in our country, this is part of it. And I want us to wake up to it, y'all. All righty. Sorry, I'm so fired up today. Number 3, cleaners and cleaning supplies. I want to read a quote to you. I hope this speaks to your heart. We are quietly becoming genetically modified by toxic chemicals. With toxic chemicals we keep being exposed to until we're certain it might cause us harm. That means waiting for data. The data is often body bags. We have sick people, we have dying people. We are slowly becoming genetically modified. What we have to face, this is from an epidemiology journal, what we have to face is not an occasional dose of poison, which is accidentally gotten into some food or some cleaning product, but persistent and continuous poisoning of the whole human environment. That's really where we are, you guys. If you look at our cleaning products are giving us asthma. Our cleaning products are literally killing us, giving us all kinds of issues. They're filled with chemicals that mess with our hormones, cause hormone disruption. They say that the average female is exposed to 350-ish chemicals in her own home every day. And what we do is we close ourselves up in our homes and we have all these toxic things around and we don't go outside anymore. We don't go outside. 93% of our time we stay indoors and we lock ourselves indoors with all kinds of toxic chemicals. It's not a good idea. And this one is so easy to fix. I'm going to tell you at the end how to fix this one. It's so easy to fix, but I'm telling you the chemicals that you're using every day to clean your house, you're using them with your kids around, are not good for you. They're not good for your kids. It's super easy to fix. Number 4, beauty products. Listen, nobody loves their makeup more than Miss Edie. As a matter of fact, I can't decide if makeup or candles has been my hardest thing to switch over. We're going to talk about candles in a second. Somebody's already mentioned candles. But beauty products, full of hormone disruptors, disrupt your thyroid, disrupt your female hormones, full of xenoestrogens, and we're literally smearing it all over us. It's absorbing into our system. It's filling us internally with toxins. Makeup, personal care products, lotion, so many things, y'all. So many things. Look under your sink in your cabinet. Deodorant, quite toxic. Toothpaste, quite toxic. Just go do some research. Literally, the things we're using every day. The 5th thing, household sprays and candles. I bring this up as our 5th thing because these are full of fragrances. And I want to tell you a little story, or I want to enlighten you a little bit about the word fragrance. When you see the word fragrance on the back of something, everything you have under your kitchen sink, I guarantee you, has the word fragrance. And some of the fragrances you kind of like. You're like, oh, I love the smell of that. Yes, but here's the thing. Sprays and candles have hidden chemicals. Even if it says like, oh, here's what's in the spray, if it has the word fragrance, yes, Leah, there can be 150 chemicals encompassed in that one word fragrance, and you have no idea what they are. So all of these companies get by with putting tons of toxins, even if it just says there's 4 things in there, tons of toxins in there, and we call it fragrance. And fragrance is very toxic to us. It's hard on our lungs, it's hard on our hormones, it's hard for your body to clear these things. Candles themselves, I thought about going into, I wrote a post one time about this long, about all the dangers of candles, and candles was really, really hard for me to give up. I was so into like the volcano candles from Anthropology. I love that smell so much. I have since been able to replicate that smell with my oils, but candles were really hard for me. If I can give up candles, anybody can give up candles, and I promise you'll be way better off for it. You'll have so much endless variety of scents that you can make for your home. Every time I walk into my house, I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. And I haven't had candles for 3 or 4 years. So candles can be hard, but I want to tell you it's so worth it. So those are the 5 main categories. Now let's talk about the solution, because some of you are now depressed. You're now like, oh my gosh, what to do? I remember when I first started hearing all this, you guys, I remember going, I'm not one of those people that's gonna go green. Like, it's too much work. What do you gotta buy? Like 3 things from this store, and then you gotta go to this store and buy 3 things, and then you gotta order online at some weird website and buy this thing. I just had this idea that in order to clean any of this up, it was just gonna be so hard. And then I found Young Living. Young Living is literally the easy button. Young Living is, I will tell you, I'm going to address these 5 categories with how I think you can make switches that are super easy. You don't have to buy a million things, and you can just switch out things slowly over time. Don't feel overwhelmed that you have to do everything at once. I'm going to tell you how I started, and I'm going to tell you the best way that I know of to start making these switches out. So if we go back to the category of food, first of all, the first thing that I will tell you is that the perimeter of the grocery store will help you more than anything, okay? The thing that I would add to that, and those of you who already do Young Living love this, I would wash all your produce. We have the most amazing fruit and veggie wash. This has become literally one of my favorite products because I eat so much salad. But you've got to wash your produce. You've got to get it clean. Eat lots of fruit and vegetables. Avoid the stuff in the middle, and your body will start to release those toxins. Your body will let them go. The other thing that I will tell you as it relates to detox is there's nothing more powerful that I know of on earth that helps your body detox than oils. Oils are natural detoxers. So if you don't know that much about essential oils and you're like, yeah, you know, I've used them here and there, some I like the smell of, some I don't. There's way more to the story than just something that smells good. Oils bring oxygen to your body, and they bind to your body's receptors. So the way they bind is, have you ever been to a hotel room? I was just staying in a hotel room this weekend where this was the case, where you take the key card, you put it up to the door, and you don't have to put anything in. It just kind of vibrates at the same frequency, and the door opens. This is how oils work in your body if they're natural oils, not if they're man-made oils. But if they're natural oils, this is how it works in your body. So the essential oil comes because it's God-made, and because he designed it this way, because he literally filled the whole earth with oils every time you go outside, which is only 7% of the time. When you go outside and you breathe in the cedar tree and the spruce tree, I'm looking at all my beautiful trees, my hydrangeas. When you're breathing in those molecules, you're breathing in oils. And God designed it so that if you spent a lot of time outside, you breathe in those oils. Those oils are natural detoxers to your cells. So they hover up to your cell and cause your cell to release the toxins that it's holding on to. They're very powerful at doing that. So no matter how you're using them, I have my diffuser going right now in this room, so I've got that going. I used oils on my skin. You get that form of detox. You can use some of our oils even internally. So there's all kinds of ways to get them on your body. Plus, you should go outside more because the oils out there are free. Now, I am going to tell you that you should buy yourself some oils, but the oils outside are free, y'all. So get outside, breathe in these molecules that God made for us that would be natural detoxers. They're so powerful at doing that. So the other thing that I will say is that I've never, ever in my life, and I have been a food and supplement junkie for 20 years, I've never found supplements that work like our supplements. They're all infused with oils. I'm going to talk about in a second the ones that I love for mood if you're struggling in that area. But our supplements are second to none. So once you grab your starter kit, get started with oils, you get added to our Facebook group, we teach you everything. We teach you the supplements that you should try first and how to figure out what your body actually needs. And so we make it super easy for you. But that's what I would say about number one. You need oils in your system to help you detox. You need to clean up your diet, and you need to supplement with really high quality supplements. Second thing, so I'm just going to mostly address the mood thing here. There are lots of reasons that we might turn to, something more powerful to help us. But I will say this. I have gotten to the point, I don't know if you can see my wall of oils right there, but I've gotten to the point, and I'm a medical doctor, I've gotten to the point where 99.99% of the time, whatever we need in my family, we can find on that wall. Whatever we need. Somebody has a little upset stomach in the middle of the night, I got something for it. Somebody has a little rash, I got something for it. Somebody needs a little help to sleep, I got something for it. I can take care of most things just from my little wall of glory. So it doesn't mean that you never need extra help, for sure. But it means that you have this toolbox and you're very empowered to take care of yourself with all natural molecules and to take care of your family. The other thing that I will say in general, as it pertains to, women and our mood and the things that, make us reach for things that might not be so healthy for us, there are a few things that I do for myself that have really helped me. And I'll mention a couple of those. One is some really high quality hormone oils. So a lot of times the reason why we don't feel good is our hormones. Remember I said that our hormones are getting trashed day in and day out, and we need to balance those. One of my favorite things to do to balance that is this little oil called Progessence Plus. It's the first oil that I used outside of my starter kit. It's the oil that I most consistently use all the time, every day, and it has been an amazing balancer of my hormones. I say that it makes you like Mother Teresa, but slightly naughty. So it brings back that feminine, kind of helps reverse the impact that all of those toxic estrogens have had. The other thing that I think most women should be doing for their mood and just to boost all of that is vitamin D. Most of us are deficient in vitamin D. 70% of people in the US have an insufficient amount of vitamin D, and vitamin D is incredible to balance mood and to give you energy. We just came out with this. It's my new favorite supplement. It's called Super Vitamin D. The other one that I love, that I take all the time for my mood and just for my mental and emotional health, is Super B. So B vitamins are incredible at balancing mood. So if you've never tried supplementation with B and D for mood, I highly recommend it. It will help you so, so much. The other thing to pay attention to is that once you clean up your diet, and that will improve your gut health a lot, your body will start to produce more serotonin, and you'll just notice that in general, you're feeling better. I would say, and I dare say that the people who have joined us today that already use oils, I would say the number one thing they do that most people notice is improved mood. You just feel better. So if you do not have this little box of magic, this little starter kit, I'll show you what's in it in a second, you need to get it. You start diffusing oils that are good for mood. A bunch of them are in this starter kit. All the citrus oils are powerful for boosting our mood. Frankincense is in here, which is really good when you feel super, super stressed. Peace and Calming is in here. I use it every night in my Epsom salt bath. Valor is one of my favorites. Lavender is very calming. There's just so many oils that are amazing for mood. So if you haven't been accustomed to trying natural things like this for mood, watch out. Here's the funny thing. When I first started doing this, what people would do is go, man, you just seem to feel better. You just seem to be like a little more happy, a little whatever. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And then everybody that I helped get started would say the same thing. Like, wow, my husband's like, yeah, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I noticed that it was just this sort of everybody that did it, everybody that got started just started to feel better, less stressed. The other thing that I love about essential oils that they do naturally is they block the cortisol response, the stress response. And I love that because there are not many things that do that. And sometimes it's hard for us to get out of a stress cycle, and oils can be really powerful at doing that. The next thing is cleaning products. You guys, this is the easiest one of all. One product, not 20 products, not this natural glass cleaner for your glass and this all natural cleaner for your bathroom. One product. This is a concentrate. You add 1 cap of this to a bottle of water and spray, and there you have it. And now you've saved $1,200 on your cleaning products every year, and probably saved yourself from some asthma and some hormone disruption and all the other things that those cleaning products cause. So Thieves is the easy button. Thieves Household Cleaner. It's all natural. Your kids can help you clean. It smells like Christmas. We're doing a special offer on this at the end. So if you want to get this for free, stay to the end and I'll tell you how to get that for free. So cleaning products is easy. I also do want to mention that we have a whole line of Thieves products. We have Thieves laundry soap, which I love. We have dish soap. We have hand soap. We have hand sanitizer that is crazy amazing and won't like eat away at the skin of your hands. So good. We have a whole line of Thieves products. Thieves toothpaste. I mentioned how toxic toothpaste is. So we got you covered with cleaning products. That's the easy button. That's probably the easiest button there is. Next is beauty products. Also not that hard, you guys. So I mentioned toothpaste. We have all natural deodorant. We just came out with all natural concealer. We have a whole line of Savvy Minerals makeup. So this is something that I would take slower. I wouldn't think of this like, oh, I'm going to change out everything in a month. No, you start with a starter kit. We're going to get you started with Thieves, and then we'll tell you the next steps to make. As you get in our group and get educated, you'll see like, oh, I probably should do this next, depending on what you're struggling with. Yes, you just want to take baby steps. Do not be overwhelmed. So we have you covered in the beauty category. And I just want you to know that our products are amazing. Our products work. A lot of times natural products, you're feeling, oh, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really work that well. Not true with our products. They're so incredible. The last category, of course, is household sprays and candles. Y'all, you don't even know what you're in for in this category. So I got my diffuser going right now, and we have so many good blends. Oh my gosh, if you're not following my oils and wellness Instagram account, you should be. It's called Sisters Well. I just posted a diffuser recipe. I find new ones all the time. My favorite one is the Anthropology blend. So if you want to write this down really quick, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 drops of grapefruit, 4 drops of orange or tangerine, 3 drops of lime, 2 drops of Idaho blue spruce, and 1 drop of geranium. Why do I have that memorized? Because I use it every single day in my kitchen, every single day. And when I walk into my house or walk into my kitchen, when I've been outside or in another room, I just go, oh, it smells so good in here. And we have so much variety of oils that you literally never run out of your own homemade candles that you can make. So we so got you covered in this category, y'all. This is the easiest, no, this is the second easiest one, maybe behind Thieves Cleaner. So I want to really quick show you this starter kit. This is $165. You get 12 oils. You get a little bottle of hand sanitizer, which is going to come in real handy in our current world. You get 2 packets of this super juice drink, which changed my life. This drink, actually, when I first started doing oils, I did not have the Wall of Glory. All I had was this kit and this drink. I bought 2 bottles of this, and I had this hormone oil. And 3 or 4 months, my life changed just from that. Very soon after that, I got Thieves Cleaner, and I'm not even kidding you. You can probably reduce 75–80% of the toxins in your life by those things. Thieves Cleaner, a starter kit, a little Ningxia, and a hormone oil. So in here, the reason it's such a great deal is because, first of all, this is half off what these cost if you buy them on our website. It's the only thing on our website that's half off. You get something for everything. You get peppermint oil. I use it every morning before I exercise. Opens up your lungs, helps me with my seasonal allergies, especially if I mix it with lavender and peppermint or lemon oil. You get lemon oil, which is really good to detox your body. You could put a drop or 2 of this oil in your water. If our oils come in a white label, that means they're safe to take internally. So you just look on our website. If you wonder, can I take this oil internally? You just search our website. If it comes with a white label, that's called Vitality, you can take it internally. So I love taking lemon internally to help my body detox. You have Thieves. You have our amazing immune support. We've never had a time where all of us wanted to be more healthy. Frankincense, so good for when I feel overwhelmed or anxious. I love Digest. This is the one that in the middle of the night, if somebody's got a tummy ache, this will save you in so many ways. Raven, so good for breathing. Valor, emotional support. Panaway, good for things that give you pan, like if you have head pan or belly pan or thigh pan. Lavender, great for sleeping, great for relaxation, great for the skin. Anytime you get boo-boos, you can just put lavender right on it. And then Citrus Fresh, another one of our really yummy citrus oils that's good for mood. And then Peace and Calming and Stress Away. Y'all, you're about to fall in love. Your life is about to change, and I'm excited for you. So if you decide that you want to grab 2 bottles of this, I would highly recommend it. It's called Ningxia Red, and it is the most powerful food supplement in the world for detoxing your body. It has the highest amount of antioxidants. It decreased my body's inflammation by 70–80% in the first month. So it's incredible too. You get a diffuser with that, so you can pick your diffuser. And I wanted to show you one more thing that you get for free. So what you're gonna do is when you go to our website, so whoever invited you to the class, they're gonna send you their link. When you go to that link to sign up, you're gonna pick your starter kit. So you can pick the one with the Desert Mist diffuser. I love that one. You can pick the one with the Dewdrop diffuser. I love that one too. There's a couple more expensive diffusers. Pick any one you want, whatever fits your budget. And then it's gonna ask you, do you want to make this order your Essential Rewards order? You should click yes there, because let me tell you what happens if you do. If you click yes there, that is our monthly box program, which you can cancel anytime. But if you sign up for it, as you grab your starter kit, you get a free oil. And this oil is one of my favorites. I've been using it all morning. It's called Envision. So you get this oil free if you do that. The other thing that's cool about that program is it makes it really easy for you to start switching things out. So the amount of money you need to spend per month to stay on that program is $50. So you can get your laundry soap, you can get your dish soap, you can get your hormone oil, you could get a supplement or 2, you could grab all natural toothpaste. So it makes it really easy for you to budget switching things out. And you get this free oil. So if you do that, if you grab your starter kit and you check the box to make this order, your first Essential Rewards order, you get this oil for free. That's $20 for free. Then if you do it today, before the end of the day, before midnight tonight, we're gonna give you $25 product credit so that you can buy your Thieves Cleaner. So you're basically gonna get your Thieves Cleaner for free. So there's never been a better time to do it. There's never been a better deal to do it. So you're gonna get Thieves Cleaner for free. You're going to get Envision for free. You're going to get your starter kit. You're going to get your diffuser, and you're just going to be on your way to so much health and wellness. You're going to love this, you guys. Everybody that I talk to, and I feel this way especially, I wish I had known about this 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm glad I found out about it when I did, but I would have been intimidated by it. And the cool thing about being in our group is that we've done all the hard work. We just make it easy. We tell you what we love. We make it easy for you to get started. Lots and lots of education. We'll be your cheerleaders. We'll hold your hand and help you get started, and you can start taking charge of your health. Do not leave it to somebody else. You care more about your family and more about your own health than anybody else does, and it's never too late. So we are just so happy that you've come today. We're so happy to help you get started. If you have any questions, make sure you message the person who invited you to this class so that they can answer your questions and help you get started. I know people are talking about how much they love our program. I've been on our program for, I think, 5.5 years. You earn lots of free points back. You get a break on shipping. You get these free products, and the minimum amount is $50 a month. And if you don't want to do it even next month, you can just cancel it. But I promise you're going to want to keep it because it's such a fun way to keep getting your stuff replaced. Okay, I'm going to open it up for a couple of questions. How is Young Living different from doTERRA? Christy, the doTERRA was started from a group of people who left Young Living. They wanted to have a company where the marketing was more robust. I think they had a lot of reasons for doing that. They actually took some of our recipes with them, so some of their things kind of sound similar, but Young Living has been doing this for 25 years. And as I was doing my research, I just wanted like the original one. Like I wanted the Mac Daddy, the one who'd been doing it the longest. We own a bunch of our own farms. I do think doTERRA has some good oils. They don't have nearly the variety that we have, and they just don't have nearly the product line that we have. I think our purity is second to none. Carrie, the best option in essential oils for getting off Mobic, I would say in general, whatever lifestyle changes you can make, Mobic is an anti-inflammatory. And so making as many lifestyle changes to decrease your body's inflammation as you can. And it kind of depends on why you're taking it, but there's lots of things that things that I have taken that help me a lot with inflammation is Ningxia Red. I love Ningxia Red. It has reduced my body's inflammation by a ton. We have an oil that's very powerful for that called Copaiba. So it kind of depends on what you're taking it for. The drink is called Ningxia Red. And yes, it's unbelievable. I call it the Fountain of Youth drink. I'll show you one more time. Oh, sorry. It's so good for giving you energy, helping you sleep. It's really good for mood. It's really good for any kind of inflammatory thing that I have had going on. I love this drink. It tastes delicious. You drink 2 ounces a day. It's so, so good. All righty. I don't see, oh, wait. I do think there's another question or two. Any tips for someone struggling with blood sugar? Well, first of all, diet is the most important thing. So making changes to your diet and getting off sugar is probably the most important thing. This, though, I have a friend, you guys. I actually have several friends, and there's several people in my group who've said the same thing. A lot of times people will notice that their hemoglobin A1C goes down with this, even though it's a juice. It's actually a super juice drink that has the pulp in there too, so it has fiber. It's not just a juice, but it's really good at balancing blood sugar for a lot of people. I have been using oils for a few years and haven't noticed the benefits you mentioned. I already eat clean, but I'm still dealing with gut issues. So I would say in that case, it depends on, now I will say that part of the reason that I had dramatic results is because I was not taking great care of myself. So part of the results that I've had overall have just been lifestyle changes. What I think is amazing about the oils for me, they were a bridge. So is it easy to change your diet? No. Is it easy to use some oils and feel a little bit better? Yes. So what I noticed is that I started feeling better enough that I could make changes. And I have noticed that for a lot of people is it's kind of an easy button. It's kind of a bridge to start feeling better. Is it a magic pill? Probably not, although sometimes I think it's the closest thing we have to a magic pill. I love them so much. I love the effects from them. But for sure, the more unhealthy you are, of course, the more dramatic that you notice the change. For gut health, I don't know of a company that's more committed to supporting gut health than Young Living. We have incredible probiotics. We have an incredible line of enzymes. Our products have been unbelievable for people who are trying to improve their gut health. So I would for sure try that. Let's see. When you say no sugar, does that just mean white, brown? Do you use honey? When I am doing no sugar, Christy, and I don't do it all the time, but I'm currently doing it as kind of like a detox. I do fruit, but I don't do any sugar or sugar substitutes of any kind. My worst prepackaged food is at breakfast time. Too easy to give our family sugar. What do people do that's healthier? One of the things that I do, Jessica, it's not really an option for kids, but one of the things that I do is intermittent fast. So I just skip breakfast. And then I agree, sometimes the breakfast foods are a little harder, but one of the things that people do who make a lot of changes with their food is they try not to think of breakfast food as breakfast food. So just food is food. So my first meal today was just leftovers from last night. So it was a pile of beef and some veggies on top, and then I put a bunch of pickles on there. And it was delicious, but it wasn't breakfasty. I did have it at like 10:45 because I was getting ready to start teaching, and I knew I wouldn't really have time for lunch. So it was kind of breakfast, but it was just beef with jalapenos in it and some veggies and some pickles. So I think redefining that just food is food. Kim, you talk about a lot of helpful benefits for ladies. Is it also beneficial for men? You guys tell me in the chat box how much your guys love their oils. Yes, it took my husband a long time to get on board, but I think after a while you go, man, this seems to be really working for her. I wonder what she's doing. So he got on board. He first started drinking Ningxia and noticed huge difference with it. And one of his most amazing stories actually is he has a lot of pre-skin cancer areas that he was going to have frozen off. And he started taking frankincense in a capsule every day. And those things just fell off like magic. So he loves his oils for sure. He actually sent me a text the other day. I'll have to show it to you. He sent me a text the other day. And it said, he just sent a picture. He's very stoic. So very few words. He sent me a picture. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, he sent me a picture. Look at this. That's all it was. Valor and Idaho blue spruce. Basically, I need some more of this. He was at work when he sent it to me. Probably 10 or 15 drops a day, I would say. All right, you guys, this has been so fun. Thank you for joining us. We will have a replay in a few hours. If you have friends who were not able to be on here with us, we have a replay. I do ask that you don't share the replay publicly, but you just send it in an email or a message to somebody else. If you have questions about how to get started, I would love to help you. This is my favorite thing to do. I love helping people make changes that are good for their health, that are going to make you feel better. You're going to be so glad you did it. So let me know how I can help you or how anybody in our group can help you. If you got invited by somebody else, just touch base with them and tell them, say, hey, I enjoyed the class. Here's what I learned. Maybe ask them for help for getting started. And we would love to have you in our group. All right, you guys, have a great day. Bye.